Hi, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z, and welcome to the channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button and that like button. And if you have, I want to thank you for being here. The reason I mentioned the like button is because it pushes the algorithms forward for people to find this channel and to learn these new crochet patterns and projects. So again, if you haven't subscribed, please push that subscribe button. And thank you to everybody, beginner to advanced. Even if you haven't picked up a crochet hook, you're welcome here because we learn together. And feel free to write it down because I go slow. I've mentioned this before in all my videos. Usually I go slow so you can follow along. You can write down the pattern, you can make notes, or you can get a crochet hook and yarn, and we can do this together. So again, I want to show you this great pattern. And I say this all the time. I want to show you this great stitch. I love this stitch. I love all the stitches, really. Some of them I love more than others. This is called the Cobble Stitch. Really pretty. I want to mention that it's very flat on one side. And on the opposite side, you have these little nubs, and that's what they look like. They look like almost like they'd be cobblestones. And it's a really pretty stitch. You can make afghans, baby blankets, sweaters, hats. You can make, mittens with this pattern. You could make a shawl with this pattern. There's so much you can make with it. And you can even let me know what you would make with this pattern. So if you have something that you would want to make with this pattern, let us all know, something that we may not have thought of. So let's get started. I'm using a 4-weight yarn, and I'm using an eye hook. So that's a 5.50 millimeter hook. So let's get started. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a slip knot. And this is a really, like I said, a really pretty stitch. Again, it's called the Cobble Stitch. So what we're going to do first is we're going to chain in multiples of 2. So it's 2 plus 2 plus 2 until you get to your desired length, and then you add 2 at the end. So let's get started. I'm going to do 22. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now I crocheted 22 chains. These are my chains. They look like V's. This is my working chain, not considered a chain. And at the very end, you have your slip knot. For those of you that are new to crochet, welcome, welcome, welcome. So now what we're going to do is in the second chain from the hook, here's your hook, 1, 2, we're going to make a single crochet. And what we're going to do is we're going to single crochet all the way to the end. So again, if you haven't crocheted before, I go slow so you can follow along, make notes, whatever you want to do. So you're going to go into that chain, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Go into the next one, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And we're going to do this right to the end. Takes no time at all. Right to the end, we're going to do this. Make sure you always get that last stitch. Now, once you have that done, that's what it looks like, and those are your single crochets. You're going to chain one. I want to mention that that chain one counts as nothing. So, I just want to change my ring. That chain one counts as nothing. So now, once we chain one, we're going to turn our work. We're going to go right back into this first where you did the chain one. We're going to go right back in there, and we're going to make one single crochet. Now in the very next stitch, we're going to make a treble crochet. So we're going to go yarn over, go in to that stitch, pull up a loop, and you want these loose. Yarn over, and you have 4, and then you yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. You're going to yarn over. You're going to pull through 2. Then you're going to yarn over, and you're going to pull through 2. And that's your treble crochet. Now we're going to go into the next stitch right here, and we're going to make a single crochet. So we're going to go right in here, and we're going to make a single crochet. Now we're going to go into the next stitch, and we're going to make another treble. So we're going to go yarn over, go into the stitch, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Now in this next stitch, we're going to make a single crochet. I want you to watch what happens, because we're going from a very long stitch to a very short stitch. So watch. We're going to go in there, and we're going to pull up a loop, yarn over, and make our single crochet. When you do that, it lets the stitch before it pop out. So that gives you that cobble effect, or I call it the cobblestone effect. So now the next one, yarn over, and we're going to do this all the way to the end. All the way to the end, we're going to do a single crochet and then a treble crochet. And I want to mention that when you do those treble crochets, yarn over, I want to show you, don't do them tight. So go in, pull up that loop, yarn over, and extend it a little bit, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. And now you're going to go into the next one, and you're going to do a single crochet. And see how they're starting to pop out? And I want you to see the back end. So you'll be able to know the front and the back. And if I put it this way, you can see those little popping up. So now we're going to do that again. So think of it this way. We're going to do our single crochet, and I'll show you when we get to it. We're going to do our single crochet, and see how it makes that cobble. Now we're going to do our cobble stitch. So we're going to do our pop out. Just think of it as that. And you'll know every time what stitch you're at. This is a really nice and easy stitch. But it's so pretty that it looks like you've taken, it's really a tough stitch to learn, but it's not. So go in here and do your single crochet. Then do your treble crochet. And that's what pushes out the stitch, is that single crochet. See, I'm going down into this, and it pops out the stitch before it. And that's what forms that stitch. So now we're going to do a treble crochet because we did our single. I'm going to go back in here and we're going to do our treble. Now you're going to do a single crochet. After you do that, you're going to yarn over, and you're going to do your cobble. And in the very last stitch, you're going to do your single crochet. And sometimes, you know, it might be a little tight. Don't worry about it. And there are your cobble stitches. And one's under the other, like I said. It almost forms, it does form a row. So now what we're going to do again is we're going to chain 1. I want to pull that out again. So I wanted to show you a close-up. I don't know if that helps, but if it doesn't, let me know. But I try to do little things to make it easier for you to see. Because some yarns are easier than others to see, so I like to do that. So now, again, we're going to chain 1. Counts as nothing. We're going to turn our work around. And now we're going back to row 2. We're going back to row 1. Or I'm saying a 2-row repeat. So you're doing row 2 and 3 over and over again. So I want to mention that. So that's why I'm saying row 2 is your single crochet and your treble. And row 3 is your single crochet. So think of the single crochet as your row, the next row. So now you're going to do your single crochet. I don't know if I'm saying that right, and you're going to do a single crochet right across. So it's a 2-row repeat. So your first row repeat, and then your second row repeat. So maybe I'll say it that way better, which might be better. Because it's a little confusing because your first row it starts as all single crochets. And your real repeat and the beginning of your pattern is your single crochet and your treble crochet. So that starts your 2-row repeat. I think I should have said it that way better. Sorry about that. So we're going to go right across. I try to say it in a way that sounds, because sometimes it sounds right to me, but sometimes it's not. I just want to make it easy for you to. So here we go. And we're going to do, so this is considered the second row of our 2-row repeat. That sounds good, which is your single crochet. So, and we're going to go right across. And this is, you always know that you're not doing your cobbles because you're on a flat surface. This is the back end. So once we finish this and we chain 1 and turn our work, that's our front end. So we're going to do a single crochet right across. We're going to chain 1 and we're going to turn our work. And here we start our 2-row repeat again. So single crochet in the first stitch, treble crochet in the second stitch. So again, we repeat rows 2 and row 3. So now we're going to do a single crochet in the next one. And that's what forms, that helps form our cobble. Because again, what ends up happening is one stitch is so long, and I'll show you like this. One stitch is very long and one stitch is very short. So when we go down to do a single crochet in the next stitch, it really is what makes that cobble come out. So now we're going to do again. I just say let's do our cobble. Then our single. Then our cobble. Then our single. And then our cobble, which equals to our treble crochet. And then our single. And I'm trying to make sure that you can see the stitches. I try to do angles that help you see the stitches. So I want you to see, if I go this way, see the cobbles, the little cobblestones, I call them. So yarn over, go in this stitch, pull up that loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. In the next stitch, a single crochet. And we just keep repeating that over and over until we get to the end. It's a pretty stitch. It looks very intricate, but it isn't, and it's a great stitch. It's just so pretty. I would imagine this would look very pretty in even a variegated yarn. But you pick out the yarn that you want to use. Like I said, this is a 4-weight yarn. And here's our cobbles. And see, sometimes you're working and but you could pop it right back out, and there it is. And single crochet in that last stitch, and that will formulate your cobble in that stitch. And here we go. Isn't that pretty? Now we're going to do row 3 of our 2-row repeat. I have to hear myself say it so that it makes sense. So now you know you're going to do your single crochets, because when you chain 1 and turn your work, you're on the flat surface of this, the flat surface, I can't talk, the flat surface of this pattern. So in the very first stitch, single crochet and single crochet right across in every stitch. And again, if you're making an afghan, finish with a single crochet stitch, I would advise. So if you were finishing this pattern and say this was your end of your afghan, we're going to make this the end of our afghan. We're just going to do a single crochet right across. And I just want to mention, go right into that single crochet from below, then go right above that cobble stitch and go right in here, and that's where you do your single crochets. And you hit on every stitch right across. And I hope these camera angles are good for you so that you can see what I am doing. I try to make them so that they are. I don't always succeed. I try not to go off camera. Sometimes you can because I'm so involved in trying to show you that sometimes you just go off a little bit. Forgive me when I do that. I try not to. So now you're on the back end of this. So let's say it's the wrong side. So now you're going to chain 1. And you're going to start your 2-row repeat again with your single crochet and your treble crochet. And this starts your 2-row repeat again. It'll be your single crochet, your treble crochet, and then the next row will be all single crochets. But I'm ending with a single crochet because I want to show you that's what it looks like. If you were to end it, it would be even both ends if you were finished with whatever it is you're making. And I want to show you this in both the colors. They're both very vibrant colors, the green and the blue, very vibrant. And it really does show you, and I'll go like this. It shows you the cobble. I call them cobblestones. And this is the cobble stitch. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is Maria from Crochet A to Z. And I love having you here. I love my crochet community. I welcome you all, beginner to advanced, and those that have never picked up a crochet hook. This is your time to do it. We want you all here. We want you comfortable, and you can learn this just like the rest of us. So again, this is Maria from Crochet A to Z. Thank you so much for being here today with me and you doing the cobble stitch with me. Have a wonderful Thursday, and I'll see you again soon with another project and another stitch. I can't wait. I love these projects. I love these stitches. If you haven't subscribed yet, please push that subscribe button. If you have, thank you. If you would, please push the like because it helps the algorithms get out there so other people that haven't heard about this page can. I want to thank you again. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you. Love you all. And good night.